Hey, welcome to the Leicester versus Arsenal reaction show. And today I'm your host, it's Canners. Alongside me today we have Travis and the Greek Guna. How you doing, guys? How we doing?
Yeah, we're good here. We're good.
A lot better, man. A lot better.
Oh, wow. A bit of a roller coaster at the start there. So pretty much first 11 and everything. Obviously we had a few changes and stuff, but yeah, as you're well aware, we got the result in the end. So to kick us off today, Travis, if you can give us your thoughts.
You know what? We've said this countless times now, but we seem to always start so slowly. And it seems to be individual errors that keeps giving away sloppy goals. And it's ridiculous how many times it's happened to us this season. But I thought El Nini was to blame here. He didn't pick up his man. Willian obviously losing his man initially. But let's not just focus on the negatives. The way they responded today, I thought it was fantastic. I have to give a special shout out to Willian because he's been the victim of my criticism. And I think most of the Arsenal fans, to be fair, we've given him a hard time, but deservedly, because he's been underwhelming. He's been so poor. And considering the amount of wages he gets paid, we expect so much more from him. But I thought today he was fantastic. And so was Nicolas Pepe today. I thought Nicolas Pepe had an outstanding game. Lacazette's hold-up play was phenomenal. And even down to the defence, I thought the centre-back pairing, they did really well. They handled them. And I just like the way we managed the game. I think that's what changed from the last couple of performances.
Yeah.
I always have an underlying feeling like we need one more goal, but I think we managed that game really, really well.
No, I you know what, 100% agree with you there, Travis. I think there's a problem at the moment with us starting games. We seem to start very slow. And then, we end up trying to catch up. But, yeah, as you said, we got the victory. It's a bit hairy the first, 6 minutes and everything. But I guess moving on, I mean, Nick, what are your thoughts on the goal? And have we lost Nick?
Sorry, yeah, go on, sorry.
on the first goal and how it came, what are your thoughts when that first goal come in?
My first thoughts were, Shaka, man, what are you doing? Because I think he, what did he do? He done like a kind of tackle, but just kind of like stood off a bit.
Do you know what? I think it first started off with Williams. It was a bit of a hard pass to
They got muddled up, but I was more concerned with, like I said to you, Trev, the way they were just backing off. I like Murray. I think we've got a quality defender there. I really do, but he was at full stop there. I don't know why they're concentrating on the player. Look, it's a mistake. And I was thinking, oh, here we go. Arteta, I can't be having this. We're always starting off slowly, But I've got to say, bar them 5-10 minutes, we've absolutely dominated the game. And props to every.
Dominated.
We give criticism when it's due and rightly so. But tell you right here, right now, man, the two wingers today come.
And absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? I was always in the camp, and you can ask anyone about Willian. I thought he was a replacement for Mesut, not as a winger. Yeah, and I thought for an instant player that will do the job. I thought it was a great free signing. However, I've been like the rest of us as it's gone on. I'm starting to think, well, maybe not. I still think he might have a part to play in the season, because he's got the quality. It's just he's an easy scapegoat because he played for Chelsea.
Yep.
And as for Pepe today, I thought he had a great game.
Do you know what? He's my man in the match.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I agree with you.
He had a hand in all, four important moments of the game. First off, I think it was from the free kick where it could have been, with VAR, they ruled out the penalty, but it was his run, him being positive. Then obviously he then got the free kick running at his fullback, which led to David Luiz's goal. Then again, he got his goal again. Well, from a Willian assist, which was a collector's item. But no, I'm totally with you there with Pepe and the wingers. They're both. We've got a new signing in Willian. Absolutely. I think it's just brilliant. I'm going to go back to this from Carl. Big result. Willian came out of his shell and Pepe rose up to his price tag. Pretty much, echoing what you're saying there, Nick.
Yeah. Listen, Pepe needs to do it more, man. Let's be straight. And when he gets that chance. Yep. Do you know, the real gutting thing about it, right? It's a part of the team, and I'm not, this like I'm being critical, I'm not. But the one part of the team where we are fine right now is right wing. Because Saka, for me, has made that is his position. That's his spot. Yeah. He's been great all season. I don't like this notion, let's get Saka in at fullback at sometimes to cover. No, he's effective, right wing, and he's more consistent. So that creates a problem with Pepe. But I think there's enough quality in that player there to either make the left wing position his own.
Yeah.
Or I always thought of him as well. Like I said to it, I think the first show we done, I think there's a player there that could play the number 10 role because he's got that skill, that delivery. It was just, sometimes is it the effort not there or is it the confidence? I'm hoping it's the latter because if it is and he builds on what he done today.
What he done, absolutely. No, I 100% agree. I mean, Travis, we know how Arteta now, I think, is trying to set up his team and everything and how he's getting to play it. And the wingers are such an important part of how we create and, move teams about and everything. What's your thoughts on the two wingers that play today?
Arteta said it best, and I'm a firm believer. Forwards win games. Even in our best sides, we've had in Arsenal's history, we've had Anelka, we've had Henry, we've had Bergkamp. The forwards win us games. So when the forwards underperform, it affects the entire shape of the team, and we don't pick up wins. And I find like Pepe's decided, maybe it's a mental thing, because the effort, I don't know if you guys have been watching, but his effort's been there for the last 10 games. He's been running and chasing down everything. But the quality in the final third hasn't been there. And he has to do what Saka does. He needs to become a match winner. I think that's what elevates him to another level, because he has his moments. And I said it before on this show, there's a world-class player in there somewhere. It may not be with our team, we might not see it in the Arsenal colours, but there is a world-class player in there.
There is. No, absolutely. I agree, because he does some things. He gets out of certain positions. How did he do that? How did he do that?
And he wiggled his way out and he's run out the defence.
He's the type of player who'll take you on inside of a telephone box. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those type of players. Do you know what I'm saying? But I guess, hey, great question here. I mean, because VAR played an important part today in the game with the decisions and everything. Did VAR have a good game today? I mean, there's a lot of controversies, especially yesterday in the West Brom game, Brighton game. But
can I just ask you lot then, you two, on this one? Was the Pepe penalty disallowed because the foul was outside the box, or was it because there wasn't initial contact? Because I think
it flashed up. It flashed up. It had nothing to do with Tielemans. It was Ndidi, his first contact, which was outside the box.
Yeah. Okay. But there was
because Tielemans did touch him. Because when I saw that back again, because I thought it was Tielemans, but when it came back, Tielemans didn't touch him.
No, I see that. But my point is, when there's contact, Pepe's left foot is on the line of the penalty box.
So that's the question: is the line inside or out?
No, it's inside. Apparently, the rules. I don't make them, man. If it's the whole ball has to be out of the box, has it not? It's like going off for a corner or a throw-in. Now, what I saw, his foot was on the line. Now, look, it didn't hamper us, and maybe it's because I've got my Arsenal rose tinteds on. But if his foot, he's got contact outside, so his right leg's a foot outside the box. That's where the fouls happened. But his left standing foot during the contact, when I looked, is on the line of the penalty box.
Yeah, but I think the question is that where he's at the actual foul, where he's hit his leg, it is outside the box.
I think it's all about phases. You know how they make decisions. So the first phase where the initial foul took place was outside the box. And I think it was the correct decision because I didn't think it was a penalty. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought he died for it. I said it in the group chat.
It was minimal contact, but...
I think he was anticipating contact. And then he kind of fell over. But the first one, when I saw it back in the replay, I think it was just outside the box. And I think that was a favourable decision anyway. I'm not sure. And Diddy's one was probably a foul. If anything, I think it should have just been like a play-on kind of situation.
Yeah.
I think the handball, what frustrates me is you've got a linesman, you've got a referee. How did they both miss that handball? And why did it need to be checked by VAR? I mean, these are paid. Everyone gets analysed. I don't hate any referee. I don't think there's a vendetta against Arsenal, but I just think they're not very good at their job because
you're right.
That's absolutely. You need a VAR to check that. I think it's outrageous.
No, absolutely, 100% on that. I think there's something. I think our refs are probably one of the worst up there, the worst in Europe at the moment. They're pretty poor. That's Carl. Thanks so much for that one regarding VAR. Mr. Silver Fox, afternoon, fellas. Willian deserves the praise today. Played extremely well. As fans, we want to be proved wrong. Today, he did just that. Just needs to be consistent now, and I think that's 100% really. I think Mr. Silver Fox there hits the nail on the head there with regard to consistency. I think if we can build on that performance today, I think we'll have a good signing. And
we will. No, what I wanted to say on Willian is, I think there's a misconception, and this isn't for some Arsenal fans generally do hate a player, but when I criticize a player, I don't hate a player. I want all Arsenal players to do well. I want them to succeed. It's not like we have a vendetta against Willian. What we don't like is him underperforming, And so just like everything, he was been very, very poor recently, but this game I thought he was a bit more dynamic. He was more direct, because my biggest criticism of Willian over the last couple of games is he gets the ball, and I don't know if you guys noticed, he turns back. It's almost instinctive. He turns back. Whereas today and last game as well, he was just more direct. His first instinct should be forward. If there's no where to go, then turn back. You don't just turn back because you're unwilling.
I think that's a confidence thing. And I think today he came out of his shell a bit. He did a few bits, and it really did look like, I hate to say it, the Willian of Chelsea, but that's what we want, and I think that's what Arteta, was hoping that he was getting. Guys, obviously for the people watching, please like and subscribe. Remember, the first 500. Once we get 500 subscribers, we actually we're giving away a shirt. Get that on actually. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I'll there we go. We have the FTB Sports football shirt giveaway once we hit 500 subscribers.
Cool.
Okay, so
I have a quick question, guys. Do you think anyone did enough today to force their way into the first team? Because we can see quite clearly, I think Arteta's prioritised the Europa Cup. So this is kind of like the B team. So who do you think's done enough today to merit starting ahead of some of the other more established players?
Cedric.
Do you know what? I have to say, we have a little problem at right back. I don't think he's good enough. I honestly don't. I don't think he's good enough for where we want to be.
Cedric.
Both.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
Both. I don't think they're good enough. I think the Leicester right back would be a good buy, Pereira, to be honest. But that he would probably cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. So no one else?
The two wingers have caused the problem.
Yeah, totally.
I think the two wingers, El Nenny's killed himself, I believe. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. And
do you know something? Indirectly, the two wingers' performances may have affected a different player than their position in Lacazette, I think, because I think Aubameyang's going to start, and I think you're now going to see it's going to be one of the other two now on the left. And I don't know where the hell Martinelli fits in, because for me, he's a future as well, But Aubameyang will play. Aubameyang, and he's got to. The guy scores goals, man.
He does. What I want to focus on Lacazette because I thought he had a brilliant game today. I like what he offers up front as a striker, and I think he just has a little bit more cohesiveness around the team when he plays. I don't know if you guys noticed that because he holds up the ball so much better than Aubameyang, and we know Oba's strong suit is not holding up the ball for some reason. Recently, even though he's been scoring, it just always bounces. It never sticks.
No,
you know that old saying, the second touch is a tackle, or he's a brick wall, all those ones.
And listen, I get it all about the hold up players are forward and that, but if we just reverse back to Thursday night, Lacazette don't score them 2 goals that Aubameyang does, and that's all come through playing down the middle. The first goal just dinks it over. He sniffs out chances, or if there's a free header 4 yards out, Aubameyang will be on the end of that. That's what do you put above, the link-up play or the finishing? I'm more of a finishing man myself because there's one stat that matters most, and that's what's up in that scoreboard.
Spot on. Absolutely spot on.
And that's why I think the Willian and Pep thing will be one winger out of them two, and I think Oba will have the central striker. And that's no slight on Lacazette because I thought he had a great game today. I'm just being...
I think you could say it's a slightly different approach, a plan B maybe.
I was just about to say that. If you're attacking the low block and there is no space to run in behind, because I think that's when Aubameyang thrives. You saw him in the FA Cup. We played on the counter most of those games. We didn't have the possession against Chelsea or Man City, but we played on the counter, and that's when you're playing to Oba's strength. When you've got space in behind and you give him balls to run onto, I think he's probably the best in the league. Vardy might have something to say about that, but he's one of the best running onto a through ball. But when you're coming up against a low block and you've got 11 men behind the ball, essentially, sometimes I like what Lacazette does. The way he was linking up with, Odegaard, with Willian. I think it's fantastic.
I'm with you. I think Lacazette's class. I love him. And like you said, I don't even I think it's an insult to call him a plan B because I think he's got the quality. And you can see another thing with him. All the kids love playing with him. They got, he's like a big character there. So listen, this is not me saying I don't like Lacazette. I love him. Yeah. I'm just saying
it's just a different option. But plan A is Oba.
Would he be happy with that being like the plan B? I can't see it. I could be wrong. He might go back to Laka, Aubameyang, and one of Saka, Pepe, and Willian.
That didn't work.
You've got to go as well. Do you go on the best who played the best last game? Because then it's a difficult one, isn't it?
I think. Well, I was kind of like thinking where Leicester, because Leicester normally press, don't they? And I was thinking that they didn't seem to be, their intensity didn't seem to be there today as much as it normally is. I'm not sure if that is down to us and the way we played and the way we moved the ball, or was that down to them being fatigued and both teams playing on Thursday, because
I think you've got to take a big thing that Maddison weren't playing for them today, man.
I was just about to say that.
Okay.
They're missing some key players.
And that's why when I see Harvey Barnes go off, I thought that's their
they're done.
Done. Listen, it's a big result for us. To be fair, a big result moves us up the league above those noisy lot down the lane. But let me get through. I don't know. I don't know. Is it Leeds? We're above? Is it gone above Leeds? I don't know. But let's just get through a couple of the chats that we have here. Going back, Mr. Silverfox, going back to Travis with regards to Willian. Yep, spot on, Trav. Be critical, but there's no need for personally abusing a player. On to Carl. Emmitt Smith-Rowe injury. Is it long term? Don't think. I mean, he went off quite despondently, didn't he? Really, he's kind of shaky.
Yeah, it looks like a muscle injury, which isn't good. So 4 to 6 weeks.
And the thing is, we need rotation because the way I like the look of Odegaard, but he expends a lot of energy, right? Because he runs and runs and runs. And the thing is, that type of player, you need to kind of rotate that kind of player. And the thing is, if Emmitt Smith-Rowe's got a significant layoff, that with the running that we have, could be a problem.
It
So
could be.
yeah, so fingers crossed.
And
It's
I'm really gutted for Emil Smith Rowe because since Odegaard's come, he's been really, really good, but he's been shunted out onto the left, and I was hoping he'll get a good run at number 10.
He was doing all right. He was doing all right.
He was doing good. He was doing well,
right.
and and I just hope that it doesn't like kill his chances of getting into this team, because I got a feeling Odegaard's going to flourish. I don't know why. I just think he's going to do really, really well.
I think Mr. Silver Fox here thinks so too. Odegaard deserves a mention. Fantastic when he came on, which is comforting. Seeing as Smith Rowe looks likely to be out for a while too. So I think that pretty much echoes what you're saying there, really. Odegaard, I think when he came on, didn't disrupt the balance of the team. I think we look good. He's so comfortable on the ball, Odegaard.
I said this to you boys, right, a couple of weeks back, and a little bit of laughter coming out there. I said the guy reminds me of Mesut, man. He can bring a It's that left-footed thing, innit, man?
Yes, you know left-footers, eh?
Well, I know one in particular.
No.
Speaking about the left-footed thing, though, right? Okay, and it going a bit off a transient here. Us two centre halves. I like Mari. I think he's a class.
I do as well.
Me too, Mari.
And I like Gabriel. And I thought David Luiz had a great game as well.
Absolutely.
Right? For me, the two centre halves today were immense. But I'm looking future term. Can you play Mari and Luiz? Not Luiz, Mari and Gabriel, because they're two left footers. But Tony Adams used to play on the left, right footed, and you'd have Steve Bold right footed. So why can't you do it the other way? Because if you could, and I don't know what's happening with Saliba, only Arteta knows that. Could we not look at that? Because that Mari looks like he's good, man.
Hey, do you know what? He had a test, right? And towards the end of the game,
I know where you're going.
Yeah, and I said to myself, let's see what he's got. You know, the through ball when over, and he's one of my divided. I did not expect that.
I thought.
Hey. I was like, okay.
But let's
only tempered with Vardy's got a bit of a groin issue, but
admittedly though, the way the ball spun, it kind of did spin into his favour, but he was clever. He used his weight and his strength.
He did.
I was still shocked. I thought Vardy over them first 5 yards would have got that
got him
front, and then it was game over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like this Mari, man.
I do. He's comfy on the ball. The only minus for him was really for the first goal. I think he could have engaged.
That's harsh, lads. That's harsh. That's El Nini has to come across, man.
Well, the thing is, El Nini was probably coming to maybe a little bit behind Tielemans. The thing is, Mari was there and he could see, and I'm sure if you look at it again, Mari could have and should have, I think, cut out an angle, because where he shot, Mari should have been on hand there to kind of just stick a foot out or something. And then, I don't know, maybe it might have been an own goal or whatever, but he effective. Basically, he was,
created a foul. Do you know what I mean?
But to be fair, the problem started high up the pitch, and it put us in.
Now, if you guys rewatch it, so Mari's looking at Vardy. Vardy's the guy he's trying to pick up. So he's focusing on the attacker. And then he looks at Vardy and he looks at Mari and he goes, okay, he should have said, okay, you've got him. Let me go and pressure the ball. He did nothing. He just started jogging back.
Yeah, no,
you have to engage. And it's happened to so many Arsenal players this season. We drop off.
Yeah.
What is this obsession with dropping off? I don't know if it's in their mind that someone's told them, don't give away a yellow card, don't get sent off, don't be overly aggressive. They keep dropping off.
Yeah. We do that. You know what? We do that in the fullback positions quite a lot. I noticed that with Arteta. As soon as we get the ball, we kind of like with the umpire, we've got the ball, they drop off and they get very narrow. You know,
the thing is, I've never understood that. Never understood it, because once the attacker's in the penalty area, it's all the attacker. The attacker's got the advantage.
In all forms of football, if you've got the ball and you're attacker and your fullback's just backs off into the penalty box, all of a sudden you're thinking, well, hold up,
you're in trouble.
You know, get a shot in or a cross because you're unchallenged.
And you can't tackle them because you might it has to be a perfect tackle or it's a pen.
It's definitely done for a reason.
Yeah.
Look, in general, our stats have been bloody good this year for defensively. Arteta has turned us around there, so I ain't gonna argue. But I like I'm like Travis. I like our players to engage.
Engage, man.
No, absolutely. I remember, me being nostalgic again. Our fullbacks are our best pairing that I've ever seen. In the way we had Lauren and Ashley Cole. Those two, no one got past them, and if you did, they'll take you down. Thou shall not pass attitude. Do you know what I'm saying? They'd engage. But we've got a chat here from Arsalan Mirza. William, man in the match. You guys agree with that one?
Nah, not for me. I'll give it to Pep.
Very good. Up there.
I also thought Xhaka had a
in the
good
combo.
game as well.
Xhaka was, absolutely.
And like, do you know what? Right, I'll give it. Maybe we're being a bit harsh here. Maybe we should give it to William because his form's been.
He's been that bad.
I thought Pepe done just. He was running at them, getting fouls non-stop. That's what I want to see.
He got that young left back hooked. Yeah. He got that left back hooked.
He's like, we need to take him off. He can't handle that pressure. He got cooked. He got absolutely cooked. Let's take him off.
Right, that's it. Yeah. Hooked at half time, man. Said
family to go and feed, boy.
But do you know what? That's the thing. That's what he can do to and fair enough, he was young, but
I don't want to see him at another club. I want
no.
flourish at Arsenal, but he can be frustrating. Let's not beat about the bush, lads. There's times when I'm tearing this non-existent hair out over him, man. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, again from Arslan Mirza again. Yes, people, smash the likes on the video. That'd be great.
Go. Show us some love.
Exactly. And from Solo 7, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good win today, but William was fantastic today. Listen, we're all in agreement with that. I think his bar has been so low, to be honest. It's literally as Wenger used to say, we have a new player.
We have like a new signing, isn't it?
It's like a new signing. Absolutely. Oh, we've been waiting for.
And I hope the fans show him some love on his page because most of my friends were messaging me on WhatsApp as well, saying like, "Oh, he's playing so well today. I can't believe how well he's playing." And they've been the same boys that have been saying he's get him out the club, So I hope he gets a little bit of love and support today because hopefully it motivates him to keep performing. But I still don't think he's done well enough to start in the Europa League. But we'll see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not sure how true is this from Mr. Silver Fox Spurs of 3-0 up. I have no idea. Who are they? Anyway, we'll get that off. Jason, it was nice being ninth for all of 2 minutes today. Laugh out loud, but 3 points behind Liverpool ain't too bad. Just need to push on now, lads. The thing is, being behind certain teams, whatever. The problem with me is that we shouldn't be looking at other teams. Right now, we should be. We should be now concentrating on pushing on. We've got a chance, obviously a slim chance as it is, of pushing as high as we can up that table. Got a good victory today. Let's confidence up with a few players. Let's build on that.
Let's build on it. And one thing we have mentioned today is because obviously I don't know if we had a show, but Europa League. So I think the Premier League, as well as we played today, I think it's a write-off. I think we're going to be out of
absolutely. Yeah.
And most likely out of the top 6. So I don't think we should put all our eggs in our basket there. We should do what Arteta's doing on Arteta. I think he made the right choice. Just make wholesale changes, give our best players a rest, and put all our eggs in our Europa League basket. Let's talk quickly about the Europa League.
Absolutely.
How was that for everybody? I swear to my emotions, I don't think I've been that angry.
It's Arsenal.
I was fuming for so many parts of that game, and I just couldn't believe it. It was because they weren't a very good team. I think I was disappointed. They were a pretty poor team, and it was just individual errors. Once again, I keep saying this over and over again, who cost us goals left, right, and centre. And Danny had an absolute shocker, shocker. And he didn't play that badly. That's the crazy thing. But he made
just two mistakes, man.
Two mistakes. Punished.
I was more. Do you know what? I said this to my brother at the time when we was watching it. It's like, okay, so we've given them 3 goals in this time.
Exactly.
One penalty, back pass, and a free kick.
Yeah.
We made that a lot harder. And you know what? Listen, sometimes your name's on a cup, right? Last year, we went out to Olympiacos at the same time, right? And that Aubameyang miss. He comes good with 2 goals on Thursday, and then lo and behold, who do we have in the next round? Olympiacos. That's what I'm saying, boys. You can just see it in the stars, man.
you know, there's central defender, isn't it? They got.
Yeah.
You what?
Papa.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Look, you know what? At the end of the day,
he has something to prove. It. So I tell you what, he's gonna. Nice guy, but he's gonna. I tell you, he's gonna want to prove Arteta wrong.
He is.
Because Arteta absolutely binned him.
Yeah.
Did not rate him. Didn't. The thing is, he's a good defender, but in the Premier League, you can't be that slow, man. As a centre back, you need.
I think the problem with him is that he's fair enough. You know, with your physical challenge, you know, he's up there. But when it comes to like being on the ball and passing and distribution,
I think that's what he's let down.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what Arteta wanted straight away. That's why he put Murray in it. He wants his defenders to be able to
pass.
And you know what? I'm not worrying about an ex-centre half playing for another team. Look, the Europa League's going to be tough because we could get that team that's apparently winning at the moment, or we could get them, you know, that London-supported Northern team. We could get one of them. That'd be difficult. But then again, you don't know. I don't know what the situation is with fans come the final if we were to get that far. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you look at Slavia Prague went and done Leicester over the other day. You just don't know. So it's a hard competition. What I would say, though, the squad is big enough to deal with it, because we're saying about who can play and Lacazette, blah, blah, blah. And like Mari at the back and Gabriel, the squad is big enough. Maybe not centre midfield, but listen, Partey, guy's class, brings out the best in Xhaka. Mm-hmm. So it's about squad rotation now, isn't it?
Yeah. Just one thing on Partey. Do you think he still has a niggle? Because I thought if he was fit, you know, physically fit, you know, in the sense that, you know, doesn't have a niggle or anything like that, I thought he would have started today.
I thought that, but the way he come on against Benfica, was smooth, never flustered, and I was thinking exactly that today. But you know, 3-1 up comes, cuts everything out. Yeah. We need him now for the running, and we need him to fit every game. You know, hindsight, we all want to see our new players and that, but hindsight, bring him back slowly, because if he's fit for next week against Burnley and he starts, and then the games start going under his belt, you're going to get a better and better player. And who knows where we'll be in a month's time from it. So, you know, hindsight's wonderful, but I think that's the right thing to do with him, you know that.
No, I agree. I would have, as I said, you know, because of he didn't play, you know, he had a nursing him back. I thought if he was physically fit, he would have started today. But as you said, he just looks so smooth in it, really.
He looks good. And can we give a special mention to Saka, by the way, who got rested today, but he's been an absolute revelation. I think not only is he our best player by a little country mile now,
he's carrying us right now.
I think he's starting to put I'm one of the best players, not only in our team, but in the league. If he gets his goals numbers up, there's no reason why, the sky's the limit for him. Literally, I think he could be world class, because the things he does, I hate to say carrying the team, but he's carrying this team, man.
What is he, 20?
19.
19, that's ridiculous right now.
West Londoner as well, boy.
Yeah. Greenford, yeah, boy.
Do you know what I mean?
So, absolutely. I mean, I think it's between him and Foden, really, for the young players, player of the year. I think that the votes will be in from players soon enough. And
I think that them two are both class. Yeah. What I would
Who's
say,
better? Who's better?
Foden's playing in a total different team. This kid is literally taking us on his shoulders. Me on the eye, I love Saka, man. I love Foden as well. But what is Foden? Is he a winger or is he a centre midfielder? Like, do you get what I mean?
I think he plays probably, if anything, just behind.
Yeah, like a number 10.
Yeah, or from the right, or from one of the wings, kind of thing.
Well, he's played his whole career as a centre midfield player, but I think the issue with our Pep is he thinks he's too slight in centre midfield. I don't know if you've seen him. He's kind of small, isn't he?
He's skinny, isn't he?
He's skinny, very skinny.
You know, for England, it's great because if you get Foden,
great headache,
and
great headache
in the same team,
and then you got Rashford
and Kane,
Grealish as well. Grealish has been.
Grealish. Yeah,
it's a different level for Britain.
This team,
it's not with my rose tinted. It's something about Saka. You know why? Because I like small, strong players. You know,
that low centre of gravity.
And he's got that. You know, like a fat arse sort of thing where he don't get knocked over. He's stocky, he's to the ground. I love that in a footballer because I think they're the hardest to mark and contain when they got that little small centre of gravity. But
I hate playing against players like Saka. Like they are the worst. Like that speedy kind of change of pace kind of player. Bad. Yeah,
absolutely.
Fantastic. Let's keep it going.
Guys, I mean, well, I guess come towards the end now of this cast. So I just want to, obviously, it's great, just reflect on the result. Great 3-1 victory. I think, as I said, we've got to build on that. And I think from there, we've got Burnley coming up now. We've got a week's rest, to players to kind of take some time off, get fit. And then it all goes again, really. So make sure that we've had a great week, the Thursday to Sunday. Fair enough, it didn't start that. I was a bit worried when we lost against City. But a week's a long time in football, as they say. And I think the week has ended up very good. Next week is where we go again. Final thoughts, guys. Travis.
My final thoughts is I am really pleased with what Arteta is doing with the football team. I saw a post on Twitter comparing Pep to Arteta, where Pep sits down and barely says anything, and Arteta is literally instructing all the players how to play, where to pass, having to be so controlling. And it's the simple fact that Pep's spent almost £2 billion. That's the reason why. The quality is not there. And I think if Arteta had a few more quality players, you're starting to see it pay off. The passing, the movement, the defending, the attacking. It's not his fault for players making silly mistakes. It's not his fault for players missing key chances in key games. I think we've put so much pressure on Arteta to just deliver, and he's working with a mediocre squad. Let's be honest, this is one of the worst squads I've seen in my lifetime at Arsenal Football Club. So I think we just need to back Arteta. He made some great decisions today, persevering with certain players when a lot of us would have written them off completely. Things, So if I had to give a manager a rating, I'll give him a 9 today because I thought the tactics were spot on.
To be honest, I have to say one thing. So I'll come to you, Nick. I was a bit worried when I saw the starting 11. Okay. I was a bit kind of like, oh, okay, he's definitely it's Europa. He's prioritising Europa here. He's given up on the league, etc., etc. But the boys pulled it out. Really. Nick?
I'm a bit different. I'm more new, Trev. If I'll be totally honest with Arteta, look, I don't believe in sacking managers every 5 minutes. I was concerned against Benfica when he brought on Willian and we were so slow with our passing. It was so late at getting forward. We got out of a hole. Then this morning, earlier, we're 1-0 down. I'm like, come on, man. We've got to start seeing improvement. However, though, the results are, we are where we are at the moment. It's a lot better than what it was last Sunday. And I need to keep seeing this improvement. As for the squad, I think we've got a damn good squad, bar the centre midfielders, like the cover there. They'll need to do a job. But no, I expect us to start improving. And that's why I'm saying that's going to fall on Arteta to get the best out of them, because I do think the players there are damn good. So
I think we do have a few players for that squad. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
optimistic.
We have a few gems, but I think there's a lot of mediocrity in that team. You're like Bellerin, Cedric's,
I
even
agree with you.
like you know El Nini's in the team. You know they're good players. They're not world beaters, are they?
But in fairness, though, on the right back thing, I'm with you. But like the El Nini's, I'm not knocking him, by the way. But you know what? You can't have 4 hot centre midfielders. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're going to want their game time. But I know where you're coming from with El Nini. He's not progressive enough, is he? He's a safety option.
Oh, there was a point in the game where I think he went back. Do you remember he made that mistake in the second half? He made a mistake. He held his hand up straight away. And when it came to the corner, you see David Luiz and there was a couple of others just basically
shouting at him,
that you should have gone forward. Why are you going back? Should have gone forward. Yeah, exactly. You know, should have gone forward. Why are you going back?
To him in about 2 or 3 games where David Luiz especially has grabbed him and said, forward, like pass the ball forward, throwing down the play.
For me, he's a 4th choice centre midfield option.
Absolutely. Listen,
we're going on about the right backs quickly before we rack up. I think we've probably got the best one, and he's West Brom playing centre midfield, and I like him there as well. But I think it gives you the option. I wouldn't make the Niles back in that team. Either right back or cover for the 2 centre midfielders because I think there's a quality player there.
There is. So just one last thing before we wrap up from Aslan Mercer here. Just one word answer from both of you two here. Yes or no, we do. Trust the process. Have a little faith. Do you, Travis?
Well, yeah, like I said before, I think he's the man. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to see the patterns of play. I like it.
Nick?
Yeah, I am. I think.
He's like,
all right.
Remember that.
All right. Well, guys, thanks very much. You know, hit the like, subscribe, share, guys, and remember, after 500 subscriptions, that shirt will go on. You know, and we'll pick that one out of the hat. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for today. 3-1 Arsenal, and
up the Gunners.
Have a good week, guys. Have a good week. Take care, Trev.
Take care, Nick.
See you later, man.